Welcome, everybody, to our very first show of Hot Fixes and Hot Takes. Now, for this show segment, we decided to go all the way to the very top of the PDQ ladder. We grabbed Dan Cook. Dan Cook, how are you? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, it's great to be here. If you'd gone all the way to the top, you would have brought Sean and Shane back, the OGs of PDQ, but I am honored to sit in the seat that they once sat in.
Today, we wanted to kind of focus in on kind of a topic that, I think it's going to be around for a long time.
Sure.
A lot of companies are facing this topic right now. And that's kind of like how they think about integrating AI operationally into their organization.
What's AI? Just kidding.
Yeah, right. I think we are at this point.
I think we are.
So that's kind of going to be our focus for this segment, where we're kind of like the ins and outs of like what are the challenges companies are facing,
Sure.
like what are the benefits, when do you pull back the reins, when do you just let people like go nuts on it.
Yep.
So let's dive in. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, at PDQ, what's your philosophy around evaluating AI tools?
Yes.
Sorry.
Well, in the moniker or in the spirit of being pretty damn quick, of course, any solution or tool that helps our team members be quicker and faster and better at the work that they do so that we can better serve our customers, I think is mission critical in terms of how we evaluate it. There's a lot of nuance, and I think hopefully folks watching will appreciate, but we try to be very security conscious. What data are we putting into what tool, and is that appropriate? So we do have an acceptable use policy here that ensures that like customer data is safe and secure.
And that should be kind of like step one.
Table stakes, right? And also what tools are available and are vetted by our IT team for use by the team. So I think that would be like one. I think the second one, and we're working on this, is how do we educate the team on what tools are available so that instead of trying to do the shadow IT thing and find something, they're working it through our IT team who's vetted tools and has a good eye for what's secure.
Yeah.
And then I think the third one is, hey, there's a lot of software tooling inside of any business. Our business is no exception. Are there agentic-like or other more evolved AI solutions that are better than the status quo?
Mm-hmm.
And if so, we should be evaluating those, reviewing them, and bringing them in where it's appropriate. So again, it's like foundation building with an acceptable use policy, an IT process, and then it's like pushing it to say, hey, where can we actually get some speed and efficiency for our team?
Yeah, and to your point, there's so many large language models out there now.
Yes.
It's like that's constantly evolving, constantly changing, like almost every day.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to constantly like compare and evaluate, and it's like, oh, what fits our needs the best?
Yeah, 100%. In fact, we have a goal this quarter to really challenge each of our executives to spend a little bit of time every quarter reviewing what tooling is out there, what features have evolved, and then review whether it makes sense to bring that into the company at this point or not. And things are moving quick, so we're finding some interesting things out there.
I can't wait to see what HR brings up.
Yeah, exactly.
We're still scratching the surface on what AI can do and how it can be implemented, but how do you see AI impacting businesses 5 years from now?
That's a good question. Well, assuming the singularity doesn't occur, assuming Terminator 2 was not a true reflection of the future of humanity, I think if AI does what everyone hopes and thinks it will do, companies can and should be much more productive. The work that people are doing should be much more, again, along the lines of the creative, deep work where you're being assisted by these tools. Menial work should be offloaded to solutions that can do it better and more effectively and faster. And I think that that's a promising point of view, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, look, all of us have had jobs where we had to do the same thing over and over again, and they're character building, to say the least. Maybe we'll actually lose some of that character building if we offshore it all to AI and we'll all be characterless people. My optimistic point of view is that it'll free us up to actually do the good work, right? Yeah. And with the one asterisk being, how do we make sure that early career professionals are having those formative experiences to get up the learning curve? I think that's going to be interesting. But 5 years from now, I think, I like to think we'll all be much more productive. We'll probably all have an AI assistant, that's telling us what to do, and an AI gym coach that's telling us to work out. I'm just kidding. But I'm guessing there'll be things like this.
You're probably not right.
Well, not that I need more people telling me what to do in my life. Got enough of those. No mentions of anyone's names or my spouse. But I think that's where things go in a positive way.
Yeah.